Hi guys, welcome back to Dave's Weekly Kick in the Butt. So today I want to talk to you about your product, one of the very first P in your 4 Ps of marketing. There's a reason why I want to talk about this, because if you're not clear on what your product or service does, and you're not clear on how it delivers, you may sell once, but you won't sell again. Your customers will not come back to you. The other thing is, if you're not clear on what it is that your product does for your customers, then the challenge becomes that your marketing is not going to funnel your ideal customers to you. It's going to be difficult to create your position within the market, which we're going to talk about in a couple of weeks. So if you remember last week, I talked about my very first cell phone with the little slide out keyboard, right? The reason why this was good for me was because I could text faster than trying to use these little keys here. The feature is the slide out keyboard, but the benefit is it solves a problem for me. I'm not a teenager that could have used this when these first came out. I needed that QWERTY because I was used to working with a laptop computer or a desktop computer. So that was my benefits, and that's what you need to first start thinking about when you start talking about your product. What problem does it solve? What value does it bring? And is it worth the extra price, which we're going to talk about next week, for your customer to pay in order to get that benefit from you? And if you can't define that benefit, then we have a whole nother set of problems. But you need to stop thinking about how you do it and all the bells and whistles that you think are cool, and start talking about the value and the solution that it brings for the problem that your customer has. That's number one. Number two is you need to start creating an experience. One of my greatest dining experiences in my life was at the House of Blues Foundation in New Orleans. Absolutely incredible. From the time you walk through the door all the way through the service was something that I will never forget. In fact, I can still remember what I ordered there that day. So what type of experience are you promising your customers? And that needs to be built into your communication. That needs to be built into the benefits that you provide. Finally, number 3 is your consistency. There's a reason why McDonald's is the top restaurant in the world. And it's not because of their quality beef. It's because they can consistently deliver the same product over and over and over again. Now, they are suffering some consequences because of the quality of their product, and people are really starting to come down hard on them, but they have still yet to be unseated as the #1 restaurant chain in the world. So keep that in mind as you're developing and thinking about your product. Number 1, what is the problem that your solution, your product, your service, what does it solve? And communicate it in a way that your customer will respond without all the bells and whistles, without all the technical data. Just, does it solve my problem? Number 2, what is the experience that you're providing? And then number 3, are you consistently delivering that keeps them coming back? See, that's what creates word of mouth, and that's where your marketing is going to really start taking off. But you can't communicate those 3 things through your promotion and through your marketing and through your sales until you've figured those 3 things out. So I want you to sit down with a piece of paper today, and I want you to write out what is your product, what is your experience, and what is the consistency. What are you doing to make sure that you're delivering consistently? We're going to talk about pricing and how you can get an appropriate price for the value that you're bringing for your customers. Because if you're undercharging, you're missing out, and your business can't take off as long as your pricing is askew. And pricing is also a communicator, and we'll talk about that on the next video. We'll see you on the other side.